Hello friends, welcome back to another round of my financial predictions. We'll cover NVIDIA and I have decided to pick a Forex pair, the euro against the dollar for this month of February. So I wish I could have given you this prediction earlier, yesterday or something, because I was very busy. I was behind schedule. I had to do many things about my sports predictions, about many other projects that I do. I'm really busy in my day, so you'll have to excuse me. Having said that, this is the NVIDIA chart. Again, I'll cover NVIDIA and I'll continue covering NVIDIA because it's one of the most important stocks, okay? It allows me to get a general picture of the markets without actually going through each and every single stock, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's the complete overview. For that, we have indicators, but it's a very nice prediction. I mean, it's one of the classic OGs. So we have that the next days are going to be very volatile, guys. Right here, it tells me that in the circles, many days could be very volatile, especially the yellow ones, and especially the 5th of February. But also the range right here, it's a yellow range. We have actually no green ranges, opportunity zones, green boxes on this prediction, which tells me it's going to be very volatile. Now, I'm not saying we will not see good pumps. We obviously will, and they could happen anywhere in these yellow boxes, especially maybe in some very volatile days, like for example the 11th of February. But other than that, it's going to be, I think, a red month across the markets. It's starting to really look like one, but we can see some major recoveries, especially in some of these green days. The only danger zone really is right here on the 14th, which could be a very volatile day. And if we're very unlucky, it could go down very hard, because it's a mix of volatility right here with the yellow circle, and the red box basically tells there's a danger zone right there for that day, okay? It's quite strange lecture that I got for this month of February, and never in my life have I, ever since I started doing these boxes, I have never seen one where we absolutely have no green boxes at all and only one red box, which is only barely a day. It's going to be I think it could either be a very volatile month because of all of these yellow boxes, very undecided, or it could also be a very kind of boring month where we can see many days go in range and actually end up happening and going nowhere. Another thing that I want to say is that if we do have a red month, remember that we have done other red months in my predictions, and whenever you see that happening, many of the green circles will not play out. I'm not saying all of them will be erased, but many of them, maybe a significant portion, let's say 14%, something like that, could not play out, because there's a hierarchy in the energies, okay? So if the month is red, it obviously means it has a higher power, has a higher hierarchy than the circles, which are days, okay? The numbers inside the circles are days of the month. So that's basically the lecture. The last week also promises to be very volatile. For some reason, it's closing the month with a yellow circle and a green circle for the same day, which, if we're lucky, could be a nice, very volatile pump for the last day of the month, which is actually crazy because I have really never seen that happening. It could be a very bizarre scenario, and because of that, I'm not very likely it's going to happen. It could be maybe not that bad of a day. Maybe we could avoid some corrections, but it's very hard for me to see that going as a very nice pump, going up very hard, okay? So that's basically the prediction for NVIDIA. Very nice and clean as always. It's going to be a month which is going to be very interesting because of all the news that we are seeing right now with the tariffs, with Trump. We already saw that Mexico and Canada came to an agreement. So basically the tariffs are off. But what I've heard is that Trump wants to now focus on Europe. And when he focuses on Europe, maybe the next step will be Asia. So there's still some quite volatile days left for us to experience. But anyways, let's get to the Euro chart, which is one of the main reasons why I did this chart. Why I picked this forex pair, because I know for a fact that the next target of Trump, his next focus will be Europe. And what better way to actually analyze all of this with this prediction? It's going to be, I think, my first time covering this pair, this forex pair. Remember, it's the euro against the dollar, okay? Not vice versa. Right off the bat, we see that we have, for the first week, could be a range of days where could see some range, could see some volatility, more especially focused on the fourth, which could be a very nice pump. It could go high pretty hard, around maybe 1%, something like that, maybe more. For the danger zones of that week, we have the 5 to the 7. Again, it's not all of these days going to be red, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that within this range of days, there's a possibility of seeing powerful corrections. If I were to say, I think the 5 and the 7 are, especially the 7, are the most likely candidates for that correction to actually go through, because the 6 shows me it's going to be a yellow day, but with slight green energy, meaning it's either going to be a range day trending slightly upwards, or it could be a very volatile day. Okay, so for the other weeks, I'm more optimistic maybe about this week. We have an opportunity zone on the 10, shared by this red circle right there on the circle right here, 9 to 10. So it's going to be a very volatile day. 9 is also going to be very volatile, so that week will open very, very volatile. Literally the 2 days of that week are going to be, I think, very, very active. Now for the other week that we have, basically it's one of the worst weeks, I think, for the euro. We're seeing a very big range of yellow days, which again could see some undecidedness in those days. We could see some range, we could see some volatility, but what really is telling is that it's going to open with a danger zone. That's really, really bad, because opening with a danger zone, especially if it hits very hard on Monday, it could actually mess up the entire week. And it's actually kind of very likely to see, because we're seeing right here that we only have one green circle. The other ones are red and yellow. So if the worst case scenario hits, it could be maybe consecutive red days. For example, connecting on the 21 and going further south on the 22. If that happens, this could easily be the worst week of the month. Finally, it will close more volatile, I think. We have a green box opportunity zone, pump zone, really, 23 to 24. Especially, I'm more optimistic about the 24. It connects with the same energy for the circle of that same day. But because it's very late into the month, it could be very hard to actually play out, especially as nicely as one could imagine. So there's that. The other danger zone and final danger zone is basically around the last days of the month. Okay, 26, 27. This is going to be very likely to happen, I think. It's my experience doing predictions. Finally, we have a very volatile day on the last day. Okay, the 28th. It's going to be very volatile for some reason. So maybe it's not going to be that bad, but if it really goes up, it could be interesting, because this could mean that Europe has maybe some hidden card to play against Trump. Maybe, I don't know. It could be optimistic if it does that. Europe as a whole really needs to focus on transforming itself, reinventing itself, because Europe used to be actually the pole of the world. Okay, Europe was the actual supremacy of the world, and it's only very recent where that power zone was transferred to the other continent, which is the Americas, by the United States. So it's just a matter of cyclical historicity. Okay, historicity, whatever. Europe has to find its own path, and I hope they do very soon, because it will be very sad to see Europe going down like this. You know, all of these memes making fun about Europe and their lack of innovation is kind of sad. But anyways, that's basically all I have for the predictions. I also invite you to find out and check out my predictions for the crypto, which are very, very good, very, very interesting. For example, just a very quick pick. I'm not going to detail everything, but I told my people that we will see a very nice, very volatile on the 3rd to the 4th, and you can see right here Bitcoin shoots all the way up and recovers. Most of the crashes that has been suffering are right here on this day. Boom, very massive jump. I think this was replicated by all other cryptocurrencies that I covered. Just look at this, the same circles, the same boxes on the same days, and every other, I think this was the only one left. Yeah, the same circle, same day. So you can see, if you're new to the channel, the accuracy that I bring to the table, it's not new. You can literally go back and watch my other videos, and you'll see with your own eyes that I do have a 90% accuracy on average. Okay, sometimes it goes way higher than that. I have actually achieved 100% accuracy charts. Anyways, that's all I have for you. I wish you a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.